उनसे जो चीज आपको एक रिलेशनशिप में 5 साल बाद 20 साल बाद मिलती है वो आज
जो चीज आपको खुद से करने में काफी टाइम लग जाएगा वो एक थेरेपिस्ट के साथ शायद जल्दी
I think you can find your partner anywhere. Therapy भी इसलिए काम करती है because you are able to establish a relationship with that person. बहुत बार हम बोलते हैं ऑनलाइन में फेक प्रोफाइल है और ऑनलाइन में आपके सामने बैठ के झूठ बोल सकते हैं.
Hi Shaurya and welcome to the happy hour. Well, while I know a lot about you, I'm sure that our viewers will be very curious. So why don't you give us a quick intro about yourself?
Thank you for having me. My name is Shaurya Ghelawat. I am a psychologist and psychotherapist. I specialize in relationships and couples therapy, premarital coaching. Couples who've been married for a long time also. I run a mental health organization. It's called TWS. We have a team of brilliant psychologists. They're very warm, very kind, and we work with Indian adults and couples globally. So we provide counseling and psychotherapy to everyone, even students who struggle with understanding that we need therapy or convincing other people. Yeah. And otherwise, of course, I do a lot of mental health awareness work. I also am a guest lecturer at a university, and I try to be there as much as I can with your podcast and everywhere else to let people know that you're okay and you're going to be fine.
मुझे ना आपसे वो प्रॉब्लम्स एड्रेस करनी है जो एक्चुअल में सिंगल्स की प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. सो डायरेक्टली थोड़ा सा डीप डाइव करते हैं. बट राइट नाउ यू हैव बीन वेरी एक्टिवली प्रेजेंट इन द एंटायर डेटिंग इकोसिस्टम. यू हैव बीन स्पेशली अ कपल्स थेरेपिस्ट. सो यू नो कि क्या-क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, एक्सरसाइजिंग व्हाटएवर. बट व्हाट इज राइट नाउ हैपनिंग इन द एंटायर डेटिंग इकोसिस्टम एंड हैज इट चेंज्ड इन द लास्ट 20-30 years as per you? What is the transition that you've seen?
20-30 years, of course, a lot. I will say in the last 2 years itself, it's changed. Pre-COVID, post-COVID has changed. So if we talk of 20-30 years, I think we were probably 30 years back, we were more in an arranged marriage setup. I think dating was much lesser. Classroom में बैठे हैं, आँख मिला लेते हैं, smile कर लेते हैं, chit exchange कर देते हैं. That's what was happening 30 years back. Even if people had feelings for each other, there was not so much complication. But now, I think we are way more layered when it comes to relationships, like layers of an onion. And there is हर layer पे, हर step पे आपको एक नया insight मिलता है, नया complication मिलता है. Right. So I think we've changed in that way. We've also changed in a way of technology, which affects, right? I have not seen any person outside of their house not looking at a screen.
That is so true.
So आप मेट्रो में हैं, आप स्क्रीन पे हैं, आप सामने देख नहीं रहे हैं. आप बार में हैं, किसी का वेट कर रहे हैं, आप स्क्रीन पे हैं.
Right.
So the world has become so much not present, not conscious, not mindful of what's happening around. But then the world is also complaining कि relationships नहीं बन रहे हैं. स्क्रीन से ऊपर देखो, कुछ मिल जाएगा.
कुछ आसपास ही दिख
कुछ आसपास दिख जाएगा. I think so that way we've changed. We've also changed in terms of options. We have options to marry, to live in, to date for a bit, to date with the intent of being serious. Lot of possibilities.
Yeah. Makes sense. But now that you were saying कि हम dating में काफी आगे आ चुके हैं, do you think कि हम ज़्यादा ही आगे आ गए हैं? Because we've been very actively present in this, for the last 1 year. We've been very present with the singles, trying to understand. And not even one person has told us that मुझे burnout नहीं हुआ dating app से और online dating से. So, do you think that it's true also with your people who come to you? Is there a real burnout happening, not with just online, but in terms of people finding a partner? And if it is, then कोई एक other main reasons का क्या है? Why do you think that this burnout is actually happening?
Burnout है आस्था, for sure burnout है. Online offline दोनों का burnout है. But burnout ज़्यादा इसलिए है because women and men, if I look at only heterosexual relationships at this point, of course we work with the LGBTQI community also. But if I look at heterosexual relationships, women and men don't need each other for the same things that they needed each other 20, 30, 60 years back.
Okay, can you elaborate that a bit?
रोटी कपड़ा मकान औरत अपने लिए खुद ले आएगी. So she doesn't need a man to provide her with money or salary.
But isn't this only relevant in tier 1, majorly tier 1?
Not at all. It's relevant even in tier 2. Because now with more awareness, with social media, movies, friends, I don't need a man to give me a salary. I need a man to fulfill my emotional needs, my physical needs, and my sexual needs, which was not the case 30 years back or even 60 years back. Same goes for a man. If I look at heterosexual relationships, a man doesn't need a woman to come and do jhadu pocha, bartan, kapda, bacche ka kaam. You can hire house help. You can hire nannies. There's an entire industry that's giving you facility management. You need a woman for being present and being mindful and loving you and caring for you. Nurturing, both ways. A major reason why there is burnout is because now why we need each other has changed. But we're still looking for the same thing. So because there are so many options available at this time, we are very quick to say no to someone. रोटी कपड़ा मकान मेरे पास है, आप मुझे क्या दोगे? House help मेरे पास है, आप मुझे क्या दोगे? Back then, that's not what we needed, right? And if I look even beyond, if I look at Stone Age, the men were going out to hunt, the women were taking care of the children. There was only one person doing one role and the other was doing other. Now both people are doing both the roles. And at that time, our needs from each other have changed. So we are very quick to say,
honestly, universally, if I look at it, isn't it the way like there are certain roles defined for a man and a woman? Like a woman can give birth, so she has this motherly instincts, and you know the nature is like that. And a man is someone who provides. पहले के टाइम पे वो वॉर पे जाते थे, आज के टाइम पे उनसे एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि तुम काम करो, पैसे कमाओ, XYZ. But yet जैसे now we are into matchmaking. तो लड़कियों का पहला क्राइटेरिया है कि यार पैसे कितने कमाता है, because कहीं ना कहीं ये थॉट प्रोसेस तो है ना कि यार वो मेरा ध्यान रखेगा. He's going to take care of me.
सर्वाइवल इंस्टिंक्ट तो अभी भी
वही है. Right.
नहीं, I am not saying men need to be women and women need to be men. Not at all. We are wired differently. हम कितना ही वेट बिल्डिंग कर ले, हमारे अंदर टेस्टोस्टेरोन आदमी से कम रहेगा तो हमारी मसल एक सर्टेन लिमिट पे बिल्ड रहेगी. So hormonally, chemically, brain wise, body wise, we have certain role for a man and certain for a woman for heterosexual relationships, and that makes sense. But what I'm saying is that we have not forgotten कि आप चाह तो रहे हो कि आदमी पैसा कमाए, पर अगर आप भी पैसा कमा रहे हो तो आप आदमी को वो नहीं दे पा रहे जो आदमी को पहले चाहिए था, पर आपको भी वही चाहिए. So when your role has changed, then even the other person will expect for a different role. If you are saying I am educated, I can earn my own money, and I need the partner to give me emotional security, the man will also say, I have house help, I don't need you to do jhadu pocha, but I need you to do something else.
Of course.
That sort of empathy, that sort of patience, and that sort of adjustment is needed. A lot of times, मेरे पास इतने individuals and couples आते हैं who say, or at least I can make out when they're talking, that जो चीज आपको एक relationship में 5 साल बाद, 20 साल बाद मिलती है, वो उनको आज चाहिए.
As if, for example,
so if you and I are dating, right, we just met, it's our first date, but after the first date I'm feeling ये नहीं हुआ और ये सारी चीजें तो 10 साल के रिलेशनशिप के बाद होंगी. For you to be able to say कि oh you know शौर्या को रोज नई लीली पसंद है.
You think it's also coming from social media के पहले हम लोग हमारा attention span बहुत ज़्यादा था, अब वो 5 सेकंड का 10 सेकंड का हो गया, तो हमारे को अभी के अभी instant gratification चाहिए, and the same formula also applies to now relationships के पहली डेट के बाद gratification नहीं मिली तो rejected, सब left.
अगर आपको पहले कुछ जानना था, आप एक लाइब्रेरी में जाओगे, फिर आप वो अल्फाबेटिकली बुक ढूंढोगे, फिर आप ऑथर ढूंढोगे, किताब है नहीं है किसी और ने बोरो कर रखी है, अभी क्या करोगे आप? गूगल, ChatGPT, like this.
Easy.
We want our health to be like that, we want our relationships to be like that, and we're in a constant rush कि अभी चाहिए. Least realizing that what is the outcome? Outcome तो सबका death है.
और patience levels वैसे बहुत कम है.
Patience levels कम है, absolutely.
Right. So you've been talking to a lot of people, obviously on a daily basis. You talk to the problems. So what are like the top 3 most common problems that you've seen? It can either be a couple's problem or a single's problem, but people come to you about in terms of relationships.
I think first is this feeling कि the first is impatience, which I don't blame the person for. I think a lot of times we find instant gratification with so many other things in life today. You are having your delivery in 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So, or you're having quick answers. आजकल तो ChatGPT लिख के बताता है, this answer took 5 seconds. So, with so many things in life, आपको इतना जल्दी सब मिल रहा है कि आपको relationship में भी वो चाहिए. So, I'm not blaming people, but I'm saying our mind has become like that. First is patience. Absolutely. Second is, हम दोनों थक कर आए हैं घर, तो चाय मैं क्यों बनाऊं?
Really?
Absolutely.
That's a common problem.
Absolutely.
Wow.
When both of us are working, when both of us are educated, when both of us are doing everything, why am I supposed to make chai?
I'm very curious, how do you respond to that question?
It has to be a give and take.
Absolutely, yeah.
हफ्ते में 3 दिन आप बना लो, 3 दिन आप बना लो,
Yeah.
7वें दिन घर चले जाओ।
It's like a mama sorting कि यार आधा काम तू ले ले, आधा तू कर ले, मेरे पास आप ही क्यों रहे हो इसलिए?
So I think the second problem is very that I am also doing everything that you do. Then why is my role यहाँ पे थोड़ा different? That is we're wanting for even distribution and not just of let's say a household chore like chai banana, even mental load.
Yeah.
Why should I track the dates all the time? Why am I the one always texting? If I'm initiating, the other person should reciprocate, and they should also take initiative themselves. So that is a common problem. The third, let's say with singles, there's a lot of exhaustion. Okay, I met 5 people in the last 1 year. Things did not move forward with any of those 5. I'm feeling like maybe I'm wrong. मेरे में कोई कमी है. Am I not good enough?
ऐसा होता है कि उस इंसान में
बिल्कुल. मतलब नहीं, उस इंसान में प्रॉब्लम है. प्रॉब्लम तो हम सब में ही है. मतलब परफेक्ट तो हम हैं, कोई भी नहीं है. And of course we all have to be self-aware and heal and grow. But ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ उस इंसान में प्रॉब्लम है. There sometimes it's just about a contextual, situational thing कि ये बात बैठी नहीं, ये बात बनी नहीं, compatibility.
ऐसा मैंने सुना है कि ऐसा भी तो होता है ना कि यार अगर आप 5 लड़कों से 1 साल whatever से आप मिले हो 1 साल के अंदर कुछ तो आप में पैटर्न्स हैं जो आप गलत करते आए हो, and there are you know if you deep dive into this वो similar patterns निकल के आते हैं कि हाँ मैंने इसमें भी यही किया था, इसमें भी यही किया था, so maybe the problem is with that person. तो ऐसी कोई percentage possibility है कि हाँ 80% तो हमेशा प्रॉब्लम होती है उनमें, और is it always situational कि यार नहीं हुआ.
I would prefer saying it's a mix of both. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप 5 लोगों से मिले और आपको लगा कि समथिंग आई नीड टू हील एंड ग्रो विद इन माई सेल्फ, यस, बट इवन दोस 5 हैव समथिंग टू हील एंड ग्रो विद इन देमसेल्व्स. So I think it's a mix. Sometimes it is about situational also. For example, you have just come out of a long-term relationship. Now you're looking to date. आपके माइंड को 3 से 6 महीने तो ये समझने में लग जाते हैं that person, the earlier person, is not in your life anymore. And then it takes your mind 3 to 6 months to say that now I want to meet someone new. Now you met someone new. That person का let's say that person has never dated. तो थोड़ा तो आएगा कि you know I've never dated and I've just come out of a long-term relationship. आप कितना opposite spheres से आ रहे हो ना, तो हाँ. One person let's say has been meeting people through matrimony. They are sure that they want to be married. Then they have been meeting let's say 2 people, 3 people from that perspective. Now they are going on a date. वो अलग mindset से आ रहे हैं. वो तो ये जज कर रहे हैं कि ये husband या wife category में बैठेंगे या नहीं. But the other person is still exploring. So sometimes it is situational also. But that doesn't mean कि हम अपने आप पे hard work ना करें. I think we're all very capable of being self-aware. We're very capable of looking at our patterns, looking at our anxiety and how we are. And that makes a difference.
Definitely. So, you know, coming back to the entire breakup and moving on situation, sometimes some people move on within 3 months, which is comparatively a lesser time. तो उसमें लोग कहते हैं कि अभी तो इतना serious relationship था, 3 महीने में तो move on भी हो गया. And sometimes people take 3 years also and they still can't move on. So is there, and then also people would complain about that कि यार ये तो बस 3 साल से उसी के पीछे बैठा हुआ है, तो I am not moving on, I am not exploring. So is there like a timeline कि यार इतने टाइम में आपको कर लेना चाहिए, or is it something like यार ये बड़ा कम है, ये बहुत ज़्यादा है, ऐसा कुछ होता है? Because we come across a lot of people who have these challenges.
पहला तो it matters कि आप उस इंसान के साथ for how long were you in a relationship. It will be easier to move on from 6-month relationship versus a 6 years.
Definitely.
That is one. Second is one of my favorite topics, attachment. Human attachment is very, very difficult to break. Very, very difficult. And there are barely any people in this whole world who are able to do that.
Wow.
There are people who might have dated, been in a long-term relationship, अब वो किसी और से शादी भी कर रहे हैं, but वो अपने mind में उस इंसान के साथ फिर भी I can't say relationship में है, but फिर भी उस इंसान के बारे में बहुत सोचते हैं, क्योंकि attachment एक layered addiction है.
So is it a question of right or wrong कि आप उसके बारे में सोच रहे हो तो वो गलत है या वो सही है, या आप ये question कर ही नहीं सकते? मतलब it is because we are humans, so it is just what it is.
It also depends, like, are you cheating on your partner, right? Then probably it's wrong.
So let's say the person is not cheating, they're not in contact, but दिमाग में subconsciously वो बात चलती है, because this is a very common thing.
You have to work on it.
But you need to work on it.
You have to work on it, absolutely. अपने खुद के mental peace के लिए partner cheating छोड़ो. Let's say you're in a relationship, but आपको भी तो mentally थोड़ा free रहना चाहिए. As humans, we are so scarily free, and we need to experience that freedom. So I think it's important that if you feel that sort of attachment, it's important to process it. It's important to process that hurt and that pain. And in therapy, we do this a lot. I do it. My team
Oh, there are
psychologists
ways
do
to
it.
do it.
Absolutely.
Oh.
We deep dive into that relationship. How was it? What was it? Why did you like the person? Why did you not like them? Why did it work out? Why did it not work out? अगर आप अभी भी उस इंसान के साथ होते तो क्या होता? We do this because going on from one to another to third is not the best way to process. You can't let go of that such an important part of your life. And it meant something.
But wow, like there are actual ways that actually work in terms of helping people move on.
Absolutely.
So
Psychology
psychology helps
helps
them move on as well.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, that's a new insight. Okay, so you also mentioned that you've been very active in the entire offline dating part as well. And since I think everyone knows about Happy Hour was started with the idea of being offline because you always believe that dating, if not in a bar, but dating should happen offline. Okay, मजा तो तब आता है जब आप एक stranger से बार में मिलो and you're perhaps sipping a coffee or drinks or just being face to face. And online things are very different. So. Okay, first question, what do you like better, online or offline? And psychologically, what is better for a human? Is it like, how does it impact both things?
I like both. I think you can find your partner anywhere if you keep your eyes and ears open.
Yeah.
Online and offline. I do not think that one is more limiting. बहुत बार हम बोलते हैं online में fake profile है, offline भी आपको सामने बैठ के झूठ बोल सकते हैं वो और आप मान लोगे. So I don't think one is better. But I do think that it makes a lot of sense to look at offline from a perspective that let me keep looking around. There might be someone I really want to talk to. अच्छा आपको बात नहीं करनी है. There might be someone who really wants to talk to you. But अगर आप अपने screen में हो या अगर आप lost हो, welcoming नहीं हो,
आ ही नहीं पाएगा.
उनको भी लगेगा कि मैं उसको जाके disturb नहीं कर सकता या कर सकती या what if they don't feel good about this. So that way I think it makes sense to keep your eyes and ears open. Human psychology type, अब देखो पहले तो टेक्नोलॉजी किसी भी चीज के लिए नहीं थी, तो हम सब कुछ ही ऑफलाइन कर रहे थे. Absolutely. And I think these offline dating spheres, like for example one that you've created, etc. ये इंडिया में नए हैं. But in the West, this has always been there.
We got this concept from the West. So
there was speed dating
for like 20 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was speed dating. There was these concepts of meetups, even if not for the possibility of dating, then at least from a passion perspective. Okay, book club है, coffee club है, कोई interest club है.
Interest का clubs बना दिए.
हाँ, Sex and the City है. Like a show where literally all four of them have found partners in every way possible. So, or even let's say asking your friends to set you up. Again, an offline perspective, which some people find more credible in some ways. So I think human psychology wise तो बहुत कुछ offline होना चाहिए, but online हो रहा है. We got to know each other online. So I think it's both, but just it's important for us to not give up. I think that exhaustion that comes in with online or offline, it's more important for you to know what you want and who you are, and to say मुझे partnership चाहिए, partnership ढूंढ लूँगी या ढूंढ लूँगा. मेहनत लगेगी पर वो मेहनत worth it है.
I was, day before yesterday, I was at an event and I was talking to this one lady. She's very close to me. She's almost 37 now, and generally, I say because I've become the Seema auntie of the new Seema auntie in town. So I was generally asking her, "यार 37 क्यों हो? आप कब शादी कर रहे हो?" Although I'm 10 years younger to her, I was like, "When are you getting married?" And she's like, "Bro, I am happily single." I was like, "Great, you are happy and single. It's great."
Yeah.
But okay, I was trying to dive in a bit. So I was just asking her कि अच्छा ठीक है नहीं करनी शादी, बढ़िया बात है मत करो पर क्यों नहीं करनी? मैं ये जानना चाहती हूँ. And then she said, I don't have the bandwidth or the patience to now be with someone. And then I questioned her of again, is she really happily single? Or is she single because of the situation that's been happening to her? She could have had anything in the past. So number one question, do you think that the concept of being happily single exists, considering that we are all humans, we are social animals, emotional need is the biggest need that we have? Can we still be happily single, or is it just a bubble in the air and people are just talking about it?
People hate me when I say this, but I will still say it. There's a study by a sociologist that said that the best age to marry is between 28 to 32. It's called the Goldilocks theory of marriage and divorce.
Goldilocks theory, okay.
अब ये सोशियोलॉजी थ्योरी है, ये यूएस में रिसर्च है. Doesn't mean कि अगर आपने 28 से पहले शादी करी है 32 के बाद तो डिवोर्स होगा. Not that. But the reason why this is because you are neither too young to not know who you are and not know what you want, nor are you too old that you have become rigid or set in your ways कि अब किसी और के साथ adjust करना बहुत मुश्किल है. Now this person who you are mentioning, right, and I have a lot of clients who are in their late 30s, early 40s, when they say we have accepted this, it comes from both. It comes from feeling I'm good the way I am, I've lived life a certain way, and I can continue living like this. But it also comes from I'm exhausted.
Yeah, that's the
What all do I need to do more to give, to get? And some of dating is a game. और गेम खेल के लोग थकते हैं,
थक जाते हैं.
और वो गेम बहुत काम का है. That game is what creates attachment also.
But it's very like mentally it's very tiring, mentally, emotionally, all the ways it's very tiring.
It is tiring. But both is tiring. Sometimes being alone is tiring.
That is true.
We pick our tiring. कौन सा tiring मेरे लिए bearable है? Is me being single tiring and I can bear with it, or is me actually looking for that partnership that I want, and is that okay? Having said that, some of us are absolutely okay being happily single, as you rightly pointed out.
And that's true.
And that is true. That happens when your relationship with yourself is solid.
Oh, and how would you elaborate this? Like, how can I check if my relationship with myself is solid or not?
You want another person, you don't need them.
So you want them out of choice, but not out of your situation.
You want them out of choice, and you don't want them to complete you. You want them to add on to your life. You're complete within yourself. You are secure within yourself. You are free within yourself. You don't hate your company. अकेले कमरे में बैठे हुए हो तो ऐसा नहीं लगता कि दीवारें काटने को आ रही हैं.
हाँ, आप अपने साथ भी चिल कर सकते हो. You can spend time with you and you're happy with it.
With yourself, with your colleagues, with your friends. आप इसलिए कोई पार्टनर नहीं चाहते कि मैं अकेली अपने आप को खुश कैसे करूं. You don't want for someone else to take responsibility for you. You know that when you are in a relationship, or if you're dating, or if you're married, that love is adding on to your life. It's making your life more beautiful. It's not कि कोई कमी है तो उस कमी को भर लेता है.
पूरा करने के लिए आप ले आए. तो वो तो dependency हो जाती है फिर.
Absolutely. तो उस हिसाब से yes, some people are happily single.
And you know, our elders tell us कि यार टाइम से शादी कर लेनी चाहिए. अभी तो तुम्हें लग रहा है बड़ा मजा आ रहा है, अभी तुम्हारे जवानी के दिन है. But after you turn 50, what are you going to do? Your parents will not be there for you. And yet people choose to be single by the age of 50. And do you think that it is the right approach? Because I personally feel that it's also spoiling the minds of a lot of young people. Because I am a very pro relationship person, so I will have a very one-sided perspective. Perhaps you can give me a very neutral perspective on this entire situation, because I always feel that you always need love around yourself. It can be through your friends or your partners or whatever. But is it okay to not get married for a very long time or for your entire life? And how would life look like after you're 50? Is it an ideal situation, a good situation to be in, or should you not go for this later?
I will say the want and need. For example, if I don't want an ice cream today, but I think I might want an ice cream 1 year later, मैं भी आइसक्रीम जाके अपने फ्रिज में स्टोर तो नहीं कर दूंगी, वो एक्सपायर हो जाएगी. तो it's important for me to get that ice cream when I want that ice cream. If I force myself to get that ice cream today, or with the fear of tomorrow, it might not work for me. Again, I'm a couples therapist. I'm also very pro relationships. I think we're human beings. We need love. We need all kinds of love.
Yeah.
We need parents, friends, colleagues. Some of us need pets, plants, all sorts of things.
Anything, yeah.
But at the same time, you cannot force yourself to do something that doesn't make sense to you. Having said that, 50 के बाद क्या लगेगा? अभी आपको एल्डर्स ने बोला शादी करो, कि बाद में अकेले हो जाओगे, आपने शादी कर ली. फिर शादी के बाद बोलेंगे बच्चा करो, क्योंकि बच्चा नहीं होगा फिर अकेला लगेगा.
फैमिली कंप्लीट नहीं हो रही.
हाँ, एक करा तो अरे वो किसके साथ खेलेगा, दूसरा करो. So लोग तो बैठे हुए हैं ना आपको कोई ना कोई ज्ञान देने के लिए. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. It's good to have family. I am pro family. But I also feel that if you keep forcing yourself out of fear, insecurity, societal pressure, anxiety, तो आप उसमें हार्ड वर्क नहीं कर पाओगे उस रिलेशनशिप में. आपने शादी कर ली, फिर आप एक दूसरे का चेहरा नहीं देखना चाहते. What's the point? आपने शादी कर ली, you're not able to fulfill each other's emotional needs. आपने शादी कर ली, you're not sexually compatible. One of you is okay, both of you are not okay. आपने शादी कर ली, in-laws के साथ आपकी boundaries नहीं है. आपने शादी कर ली, parenting style पे आपका match नहीं हो रहा है. So it's important to know who you are first, and it's important to know what you want in a partner,
Then choose.
and then choose. And it's important to be authentically yourself.
Not fake it.
Not fake it. Not fake it and not be under pressure.
Okay, so coming to the main market, singles. There have been a lot of myths that we've come across, and why I call it myths is because I personally feel that शायद ये concept गलत होगा, but you can be a better judge and you can tell me. So the first statement is, or perhaps a question is that, is there really a thing as a perfect match? Because हमने जब recently matchmaking का काम शुरू करा तो लोग हमारे पास ये checklist लेके आते हैं कि मुझे ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए, ये मेरा perfect match है, मुझे ये ला के दे दो. अब पैदा तो करके नहीं दे सकते, हम उनको समझाने की कोशिश करते हैं. But yet, because I'm not an expert in this, I want to check with you. If it exists, what does it mean?
Perfect match, yeah. See, perfect तो मुझे लगता है हमें human psychology से word ही हटा देना चाहिए.
Dictionary से ही हटा देना
Dictionary.
चाहिए.
There's no perfect body. There's no perfect health. There's no perfect career. There's no perfect financial status. There's no perfect anything. By relationships. सब चीजों को हमें accept करना बहुत जरूरी है. So same goes for relationships. It is, however, important to, as I said, know who you are and know what you want. उस हिसाब से we probably should have a list of non-negotiables in our mind. That list, however, cannot be 100 चीजें. ये भी नहीं, ये भी नहीं, ये भी नहीं, ये भी नहीं. अगर आपने ये लिस्ट समझ के अगर आप अप्रोच कर रहे हैं तो हमें आपके लिए एक AI रोबो बनाना पड़ेगा कि ये लो. That doesn't exist. दूसरी बात, आप खुद भी परफेक्ट नहीं है. आपके अगर हमने सारी चीजें देख के किसी और को आपका प्रोफाइल दिया, they might just say no because they are not also able to find what you want. So match is important to see a few things. Those few can be your non-negotiables. कि ये चीज मुझे मेरे पार्टनर में बहुत important है.
For example, like what is an example of a very that's common also and important also non-negotiable?
I've seen drugs being a big part of non-negotiable. I don't want, now drugs की भी categories. I don't want my partner to be drinking, smoking up, cocaine, heroin, etc. I've seen that a big non-negotiable. With some people recently, a client I met yesterday said meat is a big non-negotiable for me. I'm a vegetarian. My family has always been a vegetarian. I do not want a partner who eats non-veg because I also care for animal cause, people, right, all of that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
For some people, it can also be कि मुझे ऐसा चाहिए कि my partner has emotional capacity to hear me out and not say कि very tired today कल बात करते हैं. Some people might say I want my partner to be able to stand up for themselves, have that boundary setting skill कि मुझे ये अच्छा लग रहा है, मुझे ये अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है.
But do you think that these things can be taught later also in a relationship because it's not like you're born with it, ना?
Yeah.
तो ये तो आप एक बार डेट कर रहे हो 6 महीने बाद भी आप उनको समझा सकते हो that यार तूने ऐसे करा था, you could have done it, you know, it this way, but this can't be non-negotiable कि ऐसा ही चाहिए.
Some things you can develop later, but not everything.
Not everything, for sure.
जैसे जब हमने ड्रग्स की बात करी, खाने की बात करी,
मीट का तो नहीं कर सकते,
वो नहीं कर सकते. बट जैसे कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स वो आप बिल्ड कर सकते हैं.
वो कर सकते हो.
कॉन्फ्लिक्ट मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रेटजीज वो आप बिल्ड कर सकते हो. What works for me, what works for my partner. Let's say non-negotiable, I want to have children. Your partner doesn't want to have children. फिर आप ऐसे बैठे हुए मान जाएंगे, मना लेंगे, समय बदल जाएगा. That doesn't help because you are going through that heartbreak then. क्योंकि वो तो बोल देंगे, मैंने तो पहले बोल दिया था. So those are not things that you can change later, but love language that you can understand later.
That is what I like. This is how you can do it.
I like words of affirmation, so your partner can learn how to compliment you or acknowledge your love. I like receiving gifts. Your partner can handmade gifts for you. Buy something. कुछ आपको ध्यान आया, आप कहीं ट्रैवल कर रहे हो, आप कुछ लेकर आए. Apology languages आप सीख सकते हैं. मुझे सॉरी सुनना किस तरह पसंद है और मुझे सॉरी बोलना किस तरह पसंद है. 5 तरह के apology languages भी हैं. So some things of course. Yes. And it should be that way. See, I very often say this: nobody is a born partner. And nobody is a born husband or wife.
Right.
बट बाकी चीजों के लिए हमारे अंदर पेशेंस है कि हम स्कूल भी जाएंगे, कॉलेज भी जाएंगे,
Yeah.
पीएचडी करेंगे,
इसमें
be able to
कैसे
apply.
day one से perfect हो सकते
डे
हैं?
वन से हो नहीं सकते और सीखने के लिए विलिंगनेस चाहिए.
Hmm.
We have coaches, we have psychologists, we have psychiatrists, we have people who understand relationships.
But when we, because our matchmaking runs on psychology, when we
Yeah.
ask people कि ठीक है अभी आप अपना सेशन लो या काउंसलिंग लो, उनका पहला स्टेटमेंट होता है मुझे काउंसलिंग नहीं चाहिए, मेरी लाइफ में कुछ गलत नहीं हो रहा, मैं आपसे मैच लेने आया हूँ, तो मतलब क्या है इसका आपस में लेना देना. चलो we lots of stuff to talk about that, so we'll definitely come to that. The second myth, which is stupid but it's very funny also, is the longer you wait, the hotter you date. How true is it? Like people don't want to get married at 25 because they feel कि अभी शादी करूँगी तो लड़का शायद उतना established नहीं होगा, और maybe if I get married at 30 or 32 he would be at a better place. So that way, do you think that this makes sense? Is it a strategy that people should follow? How does that work?
Is both a myth and a fact. It's a fact because up till 26 your brain has not developed.
You're building also.
आपकी ब्रेन का एक कंपोनेंट है प्रीफ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स, वो बनता ही नहीं है 26 साल तक, तो आपको पता ही नहीं है आपको क्या चाहिए. A lot of people who you will see change careers, change friendships, change cities, it's all happening between the ages of 25 to 28. So that way, if you are waiting to know yourself more, to develop that self-awareness, to heal and grow, it makes sense to wait. It makes sense to figure out who you are, what you want. However, the other bit is the myth. जो आपने बोला कि ज्यादा सेटल्ड होगा, वो ज्यादा सेटल्ड होगा सिर्फ फाइनेंशियली नहीं, फिर वो ज्यादा सेटल्ड होगा मेंटली भी. So it's both a myth and a fact. To know yourself, please take time.
But just to know yourself.
But just to know yourself.
Not because कि मुझे ज़्यादा better लड़का चाहिए, in that way, better लड़की चाहिए. Makes sense. Okay. So a lot of times what happens is that when we send across matches to people basis their personality, we take criteria such as their personality, their attachment style, their partner preferences in mind, and then we send across the match. And it's very easy for people profile देखिए ये reject नहीं, मुझे कुछ और दिखा दो. And then we sort of try to tell them कि मतलब ठीक है आप एक बार बात करके देख लो. Now there are two ways to it. And this is a similar situation at events as well, where at our events people are seeing each other. So either of the person from the gender would say कि यार लड़की अच्छी नहीं है या लड़कियाँ अच्छी नहीं आई हैं. And then Tanya is actually the first one to actually tell them आप एक बार बात करके देखो उनसे, because there is so much more to a human than just the outlook, right? So is it a possibility कि पहली बार में अगर attraction नहीं हुई है तो आप उनसे थोड़ा सा time देते हो तो वो चीजें change हो जाती हैं? Because people are very stubborn on the point that I don't feel physically attracted, so I don't want to start it. Because that's the most important thing. So how should someone who is single look at this situation?
Two things. When I did my master's dissertation, when I was in my master's and I did my dissertation about online and offline, हमने सबसे बड़ा change ये देखा कि online dating is based on physical attraction. Why? Because dating apps are throwing pictures and videos of that person on your face.
Yeah.
तो आपका जो मोबाइल स्क्रीन है वो पूरा उस इंसान के फोटो में ही रह गया, एंड यू हैव टू हैव 5 or 6 or 7 फोटोज, यू हैव टू हैव दोस वीडियोस. ऑफलाइन में जब हमने एकेडमिकली रिसर्च करा तो हमने देखा कि पीपल आर मोर फोकस्ड ऑन कनेक्शन, पर्सनालिटी देन द इमेज और द बॉडी और द फिजिकल अपीयरेंस. बट अब अगर वापस से यही हो रहा है, अगर आप ऑफलाइन में भी उसकी शक्ल, उसके बाल, उसकी हाइट, उसके एब्स देखकर उनको रिजेक्ट कर रहे हो, तो आप ऑफलाइन में आए ही क्यों हो? फिर आप डेटिंग ऐप पे जाइए जहाँ पे आपको फोटो दिख रही है, हाँ या ना, स्वाइप लेफ्ट राइट, और किसी की फीलिंग्स भी हर्ट नहीं हो रही, किसी को पता ही नहीं चल रहा. When you come to offline, when you try to meet a person, you have to know that there is beyond what you see on the surface level. Do not judge a book by its cover. That's true for humans as well. Physical attraction is important. Sexual compatibility is important. That's not the end of it. I will go as far as to say it matters only 30% in a relationship success.
Really?
Absolutely.
I am so sure that people would say it matters 70% to them.
दांत तो गिर जाने हैं ना 20 साल बाद, झुर्रियाँ आ जानी है, बोटॉक्स भी कितना कर लोगे, कमर टूट जानी है, सीढ़ियाँ नहीं चढ़ी जाएंगी. Then what?
I was watching this reel the other day, this lady was trying to explain this concept in a very beautiful way, and she said that imagine you're 60 and you're waking up with your partner in the morning and you're telling your partner, both of you are 60, and you're telling your partner, fuck, you're so hot. Like, would you do that at 60?
Yeah.
You would just want to be with them and you would want to enjoy those entire years.
And if you have done that, you will tell them that they are hot.
that's the
अगर
point.
आपने अपना लाइफ इस इंसान के साथ प्यार से जिया है तो
हम्म।
आपको वो हॉट लगेंगे
उस
ही
टाइम
लगेंगे।
पे भी लगेगी।
हॉटनेस बॉडी एब्स में नहीं है, हॉटनेस माइंड में है। और माइंड में कैसे है? द वे यू टॉक, द वे यू कैरी योरसेल्फ, रिस्पेक्ट। ऑफ कोर्स नाउ आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आप फटे हुए कपड़े पहन के बोलो मेरे को डेट करो, यू हैव टू बी प्रेजेंटेबल, बट प्रेजेंटेबल डजंट मीन एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ आई एम गोइंग टू बी वेयरिंग एवरीथिंग फॉर lakhs and crores or I'm only going to look at a certain body type। वो certain body type आपके edited photos तक ठीक है, that's not real।
Yeah.
And it's very important for you to say that I'm going to create hotness by being with my partner a certain way, and only then can those relationships sustain even when they're 60, and they will find each other hot.
Wow, that makes so much sense. Well, I hope that all of us, find our partners not at the age of 60. Okay, so coming to a very interesting concept, which is traditional matchmaking. हमारे देश में इंडिया में traditional matchmaking बहुत सालों से चलता आ रहा है. It was happening even before my parents were born. So since then, there have been matchmakers in every gully. Aunties and uncles were trying to matchmake. Some of them on professional level, some of them on personal level. But now it's extremely prevalent for the last 10, 15, 20 years, and they're charging bombs, which is great because, okay, you are helping people get married, so no questions on that. But do you think that the factors that traditional matchmakers keep in mind, is it still relevant in today's marriage and today's modern age? Because they look at, अब हम लोग रोज के रोज बात करते हैं traditional matchmakers से समझने के लिए, तो वो हमसे पूछते हैं आपका शादी का बजट कितना है, हम आपका घर देखने आएंगे, कितने गज की कोठी है, कितनी गाड़ियां हैं, पर्सनल इनकम आपकी कितनी है और आपकी लुक्स कैसी हैं, and I can't be more honest when I say that they reject people on the basis of their looks. They will not onboard them. So do you think that these superficial criteria, which are important, I agree, education, घर, गाड़ी, वगैरह वगैरह जरूरी है, but is this approach still relevant in terms of हमारी generation जिनको शादी करनी है?
कई सारे पैरामीटर्स मेरे दिमाग में आ गए, ट्राई टू एड्रेस देम वन बाय वन। लेट्स से पहले वो रेलेवेंट क्यों था? अगर हम फीमेल बॉडी को देखें, पीपल वांटेड टू हैव अ बॉडी दैट कैन बर्थ चिल्ड्रन, कि ये बहू या ये वाइफ मेरे घर में आएगी तो ये चाइल्ड रियरिंग है कि नहीं, तो वहां से वो हाँ, पतली तो बहुत बार नहीं होता था। इट यूज्ड टू बी लेट्स से द विड्थ ऑफ योर हिप्स, कैन यू एक्चुअली रियर अ चाइल्ड?
Really?
हाँ, क्या आपकी बॉडी में जगह है कि बच्चा पैदा हो जाए, मिसकैरेज ना होए?
तो लोग देखते थे इस चीज को।
Absolutely, मुंह से बोलते नहीं थे बट देखते थे। आप यूरोपियन पेंटिंग्स देखो, why are women wearing those corsets? Corset में आपका वेस्ट छोटा है, हिप्स बड़े हैं, so you have space in your body or you have good health to rear a child. That time it started from that, and I will say it might have made sense because that time women were wanting children. Almost all women were wanting children. Families also wanted children, and it might have worked out. Now, with technology, with science, women are birthing children even at the age of 40 or 45. There's science-assisted birth, there's IUI, there's IVF, there's surrogate, there's adoption. Lot of it is happening. दूसरा पार्ट जब आते हैं कि घर है कि नहीं, गाड़ी है कि नहीं। पहले क्या हो रहा था, सब लोग जॉइंट फैमिली में रहते थे, तो वो घर और गाड़ी उस ग्रूम या ब्राइड ने नहीं बनाई है, वो पुश्तैनी है, दैट्स जनरेशनल, and वो आपके काम आएगी because you're not in a joint family setup. Now most of us are moving towards nuclear families. Nuclear family में do you really expect someone to have all of that at the age of 25 or 30 or 35? Not possible.
Unless and until वो बहुत ही family background उनका ऐसा है जहाँ से वो आ रहे हैं, नहीं होता है कि जल्दी कौन build कर पाता है?
नहीं होता है और वो realistic नहीं है, तो now that does not make sense. Third आपने बोला looks, 30% only. उसके बियॉन्ड आप लग रहे हैं एकदम कटरीना कैफ, आपने मुंह खोला and the person doesn't understand what you are saying, उनका आपसे compatibility नहीं बैठ रही,
hotness वहीं drop हो गई।
आप लग रहे हैं ऋतिक रोशन, Greek god, but you are not kind, you are not empathetic, you are not able to bow down and say, I respect you. फिर क्या point है? So traditional matchmaking back then might have made sense. Today not so much because world has changed. We have changed.
So if tradition doesn't make sense, forget that we're doing modern matchmaking because we're too new to it. But for someone like me, let's say I'm single right now and I'm 27 and I'm looking to get married. So you can answer it from both the perspectives, from a girl's side and from a boy's side. Because people create very unrealistic checklists in terms of like I have spoken to people who tell me कि यार अगर वो लड़का rock music नहीं सुनता ना तो मैं बात नहीं करूँगी उससे। मतलब इतना non-negotiable है जो हमने उनसे बात करी है। तो एक ideal checklist in terms of तो number one question is कि कैसी होनी चाहिए for a single, if you like what are the things that you would want in a partner which is actually good, which makes sense. Yeah, we can start with this and then I can come to the other.
I think it starts at respect and trust. बाकी चीजें डेवलप हो जाएंगी, पैसा कमा लोगे, डिग्रियां भी और कर लोगे.
So, is there a way to actually judge? Let's say I'm going on 1, 2, 3, 4 dates with someone. Is there a way to respect? मैं judge कर सकती हूँ कि यार वो respectful है कि नहीं है, वो बार में कैसा behave कर रहा है, रेस्टोरेंट में कैसा.
और लगेगा मुन्ना भाई में बोला था ना, पीढ़ी को कैसे बुलाता है,
कैसे बुलाता है, वो ओए करके बुला रहा था, I would walk off.
हाँ.
So that is something I can judge. But ये जो trust वाला factor है, is there a way that people can save time and evaluate, or do they have to actually give in 3, 4, 5 months? कोई तरीके होते हैं जिससे आप
save time. Save time करके कहाँ जाओगे? Like you have to, if you really want to build a relationship with this person for the rest of your life, as you said you're looking for marriage, what are you saving time for? You are building trust with this person to be able to, as you said, be with them till they are 60, 70, 80, average lifespan भी बढ़ गया, 85 हो गया. In that case, it's okay to invest that time to see trust. And the second bit is कि हम as humans ना बहुत smart हैं, हमें लगता नहीं है हमें, पर हम हैं. तो हम एक दूसरे की vibe पकड़ लेते हैं, फिर हम अपने आप को ना convince करते रहते हैं कि नहीं मैं ही गलत हूँ. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. If you're sitting across the table with someone and if you feel that this person is kind, then don't say कि नहीं पहले वाला तो kind नहीं था, ये भी मेरे को वो कर रहा है. No, maybe they are kind. Or if you feel that this person is saying this but they might not mean it, then trust yourself. So trust that vibe that you get with that person, and some things of course you can even cross check. If that person is saying मैं यहाँ काम करता हूँ, करती हूँ, आप देख लो वो काम करते हैं कि नहीं वहाँ पे. मतलब इतना चेकअप, हाँ इतना आप कर सकते हो. Make sure that the person is credible, of course. Like you can't have a person who says yeah. I mean, recently there was a news, right? There was some people who came to marry in India from Dubai.
Oh yeah, and the bride wasn't there.
The venue wasn't there. So like don't go to marriage.
Then they hired a fake this thing to actually make her the bride. That was basically now we are looking inside. So that they don't get insulted, they hired an escort to be the bride for the wedding. So that also happened. But okay, moving on. We've been on our social media, we've been talking about attachment styles a lot in the last 2, 3, 4 months. But still, I feel that it's a topic that's not been talked about a lot. लोगों को इसके बारे में ज़्यादा नहीं पता, and I feel that it's extremely important. But being a psychologist, I think there is nobody better than you who can explain if it is important. And okay, let's start from what is attachment style in a layman's language for someone who doesn't know anything about attachment style. How would you want to explain it to the people?
तो मैं आपको एक बहुत layered academic research normal English और हिंदी में समझाती हूँ. 0 to 3 years of a person's life, मतलब baby. उस 0 to 3 years के टाइम पे जो प्राइमरी केयर गिवर है, मोस्टली मदर या फादर, वो उस बच्चे के साथ कितना थे, कितना अवेलेबल थे, उसके नीड्स पे कितना अट्यून्ड थे, वो आपके अटैचमेंट स्टाइल को डिफाइन कर देता है. फॉर एग्जांपल 0 to 3 years, what can the child do? Nothing. The child can just cry. अब जब बच्चा रोएगा, जो उसका प्राइमरी केयर गिवर है, मदर और फादर, were they able to be there with that child and say, I see that you are crying, I hear that you are crying. आपने उस बच्चे को पकड़ लिया, गले लगा लिया. आज जिसको पीडियाट्रिशियंस और गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट बोलते हैं, स्किन टू स्किन कांटेक्ट करो. वो पहले जमाने में बस इतना था कि बच्चा रो रहा है, आपने उसको पकड़ लिया, आपने बोल दिया मैं हूँ. फिर खाना चाहिए, सोसो पॉटी चाहिए, सोना है, क्रैंकी है, वो अलग बात है. If the parent was there to do this in the first 3 years of your life, the person grows up mostly to have a secure attachment style. Secure attachment क्या है? I am okay and you are also okay. तो secure का मतलब है कि मान लीजिए मैं आपको डेट कर रही हूँ, मैं आपसे 5 बार मिली, हमारा बहुत अच्छा डेट चला, छठी बार I am calling you or I am texting you, but you're not able to answer me. I am feeling okay. I am telling myself positive things. I am saying busy होगी, ऑफिस में फंस गया होगा, मुझे ये नहीं लग रहा कि आप मेरे से नाराज हैं, मैंने कुछ गलत कर दिया, क्या पता आपके दिमाग में ब्रेकअप चल रहा हो, क्या पता आप चीट कर रहे हो. While all of this can also happen, I'm not saying ये सब नहीं होता है, but secure attachment का मतलब है आपको पता है कि अगर मुझे जरूरत है तो मेरा पार्टनर या मेरी वाइफ, मेरा हस्बैंड will be there. Anxious का क्या है? A lot of times when let's say the child is crying, कभी तो आ रहे हैं पेरेंट उठाने, कभी नहीं आ रहे हैं. तो जब वो बच्चा बड़ा होता है, उसको ये लगता है कि अनप्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी है.
But is it really 0 to 3 years? उस टाइम में तो मुझे याद भी नहीं है मेरे पहले 3 साल क्या थे लाइफ के।
याद रखने भी नहीं है।
मतलब it really matters to this extent.
It matters to that extent.
Wow.
0 to 3 years matters for your attachment and for your learning
Wow.
abilities, for your logical deduction. 0 to 7 years. जो होना होता है वो आपके साथ बचपन में,
and we have zero control on that.
We have zero
हम fix भी नहीं कर सकते।
as an adult कर सकते हैं।
मतलब later of course.
हाँ, later कर सकते हैं। Later with that self awareness, with that healing resources, podcasts, therapy, counseling, even psychiatric medication, we can fix it.
So coming to anxious attachment.
तो anxious तो ये होगा कि कभी आ रहे हैं कभी नहीं आ रहे हैं। तो फिर अगर मान लीजिए वही किसी बात पे आते हैं, आपने मेरा फोन नहीं उठाया, आपने मेरा टेक्स्ट का रिस्पॉन्स नहीं किया, I will go to what if she's doing this, what if he's doing that, what if they are in my mind. That is me feeling anxious. And anxiety का भी scale है। थॉट से शुरू हो सकती है, बॉडी तक आ सकती है, पसीने आने लग सकते हैं, हाथ पैर ठंडे पड़ जाएंगे, सिर दर्द हो जाएगा।
This is what is called anxiety attack आ रहा है।
Anxiety attack is a little different. Anxiety is more constant, attack is more sometimes. But irritable bowel syndrome हो गया, migraine हो गया, एक जगह बैठा नहीं जा रहा, etc.
Because of this.
Because of this.
Wow.
फिर एक होता है avoidant. वही 0 to 3 years का बच्चा रो रहा है, कभी मान लीजिए 6 घंटे दिन में कोई नहीं है, फिर 7वें घंटे किसी ने आके उठा लिया, तो 7वें घंटे बच्चे को अब गुस्सा आ गया या बुरा लग गया, तो बच्चे ने बोला इतने देर आपने मुझे रोने दिया, अब अगर आप मेरे पास आ रहे हो, मुझे आपसे बात नहीं करनी, अब आप मुझे कितना ही उठा लो, कितना ही बहला फुसला लो, कितना ही प्यार कर लो, I don't think I can trust you to be there for me when I need it. I think you will be there for me when you can do it.
Is that how people have trust issues?
Can.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And we don't even
That's
know.
not, I will definitely say that that's not the only reason,
It can be one.
but it is one of the major reasons. Of course, as you are growing up, you know, if you've been bullied, that can create trust issues. If you've been made fun of, or if you have been taken advantage of, even past romantic relationships can have an impact on your future marriage, dating, potential person that you are looking for. But ये होते हैं attachment style. अब सब ideally secure attachment चाहते हैं। पहले तो अपने आप को ये बताइए कि anxious या avoidant भी गलत नहीं है। You can still learn to trust yourself first, and gradually you can trust others.
So if you are anxious or avoidant, should your ideal target be to reach secure, or is it okay to just be the way you are and it's fine?
You should try. You should try to know yourself more. You should try to work on your healing.
And therapy helps in this?
100%.
So it makes the process faster, basically. जो चीज़ आपको खुद से करने में काफी टाइम लग जाएगा, वो एक थेरेपिस्ट के साथ शायद जल्दी हो जाएगा अचीव।
शायद आप खुद से ना कर पाओ। शायद आप खुद से ना कर पाओ। Because वापस से आप ट्रस्ट कैसे करोगे जब आपको ट्रस्ट बिल्ड करना है और आप ट्रस्ट ही नहीं कर पा रहे? Then it's difficult.
तो कोई आप रास्ता ही नहीं है ना वहाँ तक पहुँचने का।
और थेरेपी भी ऑफ कोर्स थेरेपी में रिसर्च है, साइंस है, बट थेरेपी भी इसलिए काम करती है बिकॉज यू आर एबल टू एस्टैब्लिश अ रिलेशनशिप विद दैट पर्सन. द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन यू एंड योर थेरेपिस्ट, द थेरेप्यूटिक रिलेशनशिप इज एक्चुअली व्हाट हेल्प्स यू. That trusting relationship is what you practice, and फिर आप अपने बाकी के जीवन में उसको replicate करते हो. जब आपको समझ में आ जाता है कि एक इंसान के साथ आप वो कर सकते हो, you can share your secrets, you can learn, they will unconditionally positively regard you. अगर आप वहाँ जाके ये भी बोलो कि मैंने मर्डर किया, तो भी थेरेपिस्ट आपको मर्डर के लिए ब्लेम नहीं करेगा, वो ये जानने की कोशिश करेगा कि क्या हुआ, इतना मेजर स्टेप क्यों उठाया. That is also why therapy will work for attachment styles or many other things.
So if someone is an anxious attachment person who has this
एक disorganized भी है.
Disorganized भी
हाँ, उसमें anxious, avoidant, secure, it's a mix of a lot of things.
That's so complicated.
हाँ, but I also want to add कि attachment के बारे में एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो हमें शायद बहुत ही कम पता है, which is कि ऐसा भी possible है कि हर इंसान के साथ आपका अलग attachment style आ रहा है.
Wow, really?
Absolutely.
और ये क्या डिफाइन करता है कि इसके साथ मेरा अटैचमेंट स्टाइल ऐसा होगा, इसके साथ ऐसा होगा?
डेटिंग की बात लेते हैं. Since we're on that topic, let's say I'm dating two different people, maybe one after the other, if not simultaneously. One person is keeping me updated.
Okay. Where
जैसे
I am, what I'm doing.
हाँ,
Updates.
जरूरत से ज़्यादा नहीं, but normally.
No.
Like let's say अगर हम रोज रात को 10 बजे बात करते हैं और एक दिन अगर वो 10 बजे बात नहीं कर रहे हैं आपके पार्टनर, वो आपको पहले बता रहे हैं कि आई एम गोइंग फॉर अ फ्रेंड्स वेडिंग, आई माइट नॉट बी अवेलेबल,
So you will be very happy with it.
देयर इज अनदर पर्सन, बार बार ये होता है, दे डोंट इन्फॉर्म मी, तो वहां पे आई विल बी एंग्शियस. So it also depends on who you are with. It can also depends on different types of relationships. जैसे फ्रेंडशिप है, एक फ्रेंड के साथ आप 20 साल से हैं, you know them, you might be very secure with them, but someone you just started dating, you don't know anything about them, वहाँ पे आपको लगेगा पता नहीं, वहाँ पे आप avoidant भी हो सकते हैं. So attachment styles are also not rigid or constant, they can change, they can also become better with time.
So if there is someone who is like a strong anxious attachment person in general also because of his past experiences, and if this person is now dating the other person who is avoidant, तो एक तरह से anxiety दूसरी तरफ से communication भी नहीं है. So is it an example of कि यार इस relationship का तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता, or is there always a way to work around things?
There's a way.
There's always a way.
Both the partners can try to work on themselves individually and then learn better communication skills with couples therapy.
मतलब ये rigid नहीं है, ये change हो सकता है.
ये change हो सकता है.
You don't have to freak out.
You do not, no, not at all. अगर आपको as an adult अपने बारे में कुछ भी पता चले, तो कभी freak out नहीं करना है. As a child, you are helpless, you are resourceless, you are dependent. As an adult, you can take that responsibility and say, मेरे को ये समझ में आ गया, इस पे काम करते हैं, इसको better करते हैं. कुछ भी आपको अगर अपने बारे में पता चले, कभी भी नहीं freak out करना है. You can work on it. Anything.
Wow. I think that's so relaxing to know that we can all take a deep breath and it's okay.
It's okay.
I think it's okay.
It's okay.
Wow.
You can take care of yourself.
I think that's the benefit, like max, of coming to a psychologist, because the way they talk to you and the comfort that they give you, I don't think that you get it from anywhere else. So, ज़रूरी नहीं है कि अगर आप पागल हो तभी आपको जाना है. You can obviously always go to therapy.
पागल होने से पहले चले.
पहले चले जाओ, उससे पहले आप
पागल तो आपने होना ही है. So much of life is happening around you every day.
Right.
How can you not lose it?
Yeah. So, you're especially a couples therapist, and you've been recently creating a lot of content around that. So I'm sure that you will have a lot of insights on that part. So, what are the kind of couples that you cater to?
Interestingly, all kinds. So I'm working with couples who are dating and exploring if they want to take it further. I'm working with couples who've been in a long-term relationship. Then I'm also doing premarital coaching for couples who are engaged and they're marrying in the next 2 years. Then we're also doing newlywed couples who are trying to understand how to set financial boundaries, what kind of career goals do we have, how to go ahead with in-laws. Also couples who are like married for about 5 to 7 years, some of them are going through their IVF journey, they're trying to conceive, they're thinking if they want to be child-free or do they want to have children. A few couples also who are, let's say, in their late 40s, where children have moved out of home. They've gone to college.
That's also a transitional phase, no?
It's a big transitional phase. You've been together with the family, and now it's the two of you again. So even that, and every stage of a romantic relationship has very different insights and very different concerns. But romantic relationships is something that I absolutely love. It's been my passion, fascination. So for me, I think I work with all demographics, all areas, and it's very interesting also for me because when I work with someone who's just been engaged to someone who's been married for 15, 20 years, you see how life moves, how life changes.
Wow, that's crazy, because I think your horizon is usually shorter, like in my case, not in yours, because I have friends who are my age, I have people who are my age. So I've not even thought about my life at 50 when I would be married and oh yeah, kids would move out and then you're back with your partner again.
Empty nest, we call it.
Yeah, like what to do at that point. And I think therapy can be a good option at all the stages.
Absolutely. It's always, therapy can always be both ways, preventive and curative. So preventive is more inside oriented. I want to learn more about myself. I want to have that growth and self-awareness, more self-development, be a better version. But it can also be curative. जैसे preventive तो हो गया कि आप जिम चले गए, या आप न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट के पास चले गए, पहले ध्यान रख लिया. Curative हो गया कि चोट लग गई तो डॉक्टर के पास ठीक करना लो उसको. So even if there's a diagnosis of a mood disorder, of a personality disorder, or anxiety, depression, then therapy can act more curative. But both ways are absolutely right. जैसे आप बोल रहे थे कि लोग बोलते हैं कि पागल तो मैं नहीं हूँ. पागल आपको होने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. It's just it's like you going to a professional mentorship for your career or it's like you go to a nutritionist
Yeah,
because
we
you
don't
want to be
question
healthy.
that, right?
We don't question that. और you going to a dermat saying कि वैसे तो skin ठीक है और थोड़ा और सुंदर बनाओ.
देख लेते हैं एक बार
देख लो,
कंसल्ट कर लेते हैं.
consult कर लेते हैं.
हाँ, but थेरेपी पे मतलब हमारे लोग तो नहीं करते थेरेपी पे कंसल्ट बिकॉज़ दे स्टिल फील कि कोई प्रॉब्लम होगी तो तब देखेंगे तब की तरफ जाएंगे एंड देन दे स्टार्ट कंसल्टिंग व्हेन चीजें पता तो खराब हो जाती हैं. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But wow, interesting conversation, and I think it was super great to have you here. And I would say that this podcast was a 10 on 10 from at least my side. There was so much of how do I put it? I think it's very difficult to actually put in words, but it was fulfilling in a lot of ways in terms of the content that I got and the information that my brain received. And I really hope that even for our viewers, this was good content, especially for our singles out there, for our couples out there, जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं ये podcast. I really hope that they take their own effort in terms of making things better for themselves wherever it's required. Even if it's not required, skin की consultation होगी तो therapist की भी हो जानी चाहिए कभी-कभी. That can be a good way. And definitely, if there is any other inputs that you all have, let us know in the comment section below. We would love to know your insights on this entire conversation. And once again, Shraddha, thank you so much for being here. It was absolutely a pleasure, and I think I'm really looking forward to the part 2 now.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had a wonderful time.
Likewise. All right, and you all, if you like this podcast, it would really help us out if you can just click the like button and subscribe to our channel, because we're going to keep coming back with a lot of similar content on dating.